Good morning. Today we are going to focus more on the plot structure as well as the relationships between characters, so their conflicts. Is it an internal conflict where they're battling feelings within themselves, or is it an external conflict where they have a conflict with someone else? Do they have a conflict with the world? Do they have a conflict with society? So that's what we're going to be learning today. So our targets are I can analyze the relationships and conflicts among characters. I can analyze the story plot and I can distinguish the differences between types of sentences. So here's your daily assignments today. You're going to start off by watching this video. Um, what are the types of sentences? Once you have finished watching the video, we're going to create this chart. It says copy this chart into your journal to use as a reference. So declarative, that is just a statement. Some examples are my math test is tomorrow. I'm going to the park after school. An interrogative sentence is a question. It's when you ask questions and you're writing questions and stories, just any kind of questions. Have you seen my sunglasses? How did you do on your test? Okay. Exclamatory is when you have an exclamation point. Okay. When you're excited about something, you're showing emotion. This is the best cake I've ever tasted. There's a shark in the water. Okay. And the last sentence is imperative. It's when you're giving a command. Do your homework, please. Clean your room now. Okay. You use a period and an exclamation point. Okay. Once you have completed that and you've watched your video and you've done this as a reference, you're going to watch this PowerPoint on the types of sentences. You will click it, and then there, the PowerPoint, hit a home run with types of sentences. And it's just going basically over each sentence, type of sentences, and giving you more examples. I would definitely look over this before you do your assignment. If you then, once you're done with that, you're going to go and complete your assignment types of sentences. You'll read a sentence and decide is it declarative, interrogative, exclamatory, or imperative. So, again, today we're reviewing Plot Mountain. Remember, Plot Mountain is an introduction. It is also can be called an exposition. Remember, introduction and exposition are synonyms, they are the same. This is where we introduce the main characters and the settings. Okay, then we have our rising action. The conflict arises and events build excitement and suspense. Remember, conflict is a synonym for problem. Okay, this is where your problem is introduced. Then the conflict reaches its most exciting point, and the reader is left with questions. And then it starts falling back down. The climax is now answered, and the story starts to wrap up. The conflict is solved, and most of the remaining questions are answered. Okay. So if you want to write this down in your chart, in your journal, I would to have as another reference. Okay. So what we're going to do, I'm going to model for you for this question one, how to analyze for the plot structure as well as how to analyze the character. All right. So let's follow along as I read. I'm going to stop. I'm going to share. I'm going to come back over here. Jenny was excited for the field trip. Her fourth grade class was going to the art museum. She couldn't wait to load the bus. Jenny, could you come here, please? Her teacher called. Jenny slowly approached her teacher's desk. Jenny, you never gave me your permission slip. Did you bring it back today? So automatically, I know right here in the story that that's my problem. She's going on a field trip and she did not have, and her problem is she does not have her permission slip. Okay. And so, how do you think Jenny's feeling right now? Well, when I think about this, and it says right here where Jenny slowly approached her desk, I'm pretty sure Jenny knows that she did not um, turn in her permission slip. And so I know Jenny right now is probably feeling very sad and maybe might be a little upset. So let's go back to the exposition. Is we know that the setting's probably in a classroom because it says they're going on a field trip. I'm going to put my main character is Jenny, is in the classroom about to go on a field trip. My rising action, because I now know my problem, Jenny forgot to turn in her permission slip. And we know Jenny is a little sad, a little upset because she wants to go on the she wants to go on the field trip. Think about how you might feel if you didn't turn your permission slip in. All right, so let's keep reading. Jenny looked at her teacher as her eyes filled, or as the tears filled her eyes. No, ma'am, Jenny replied. I emailed your mom. Maybe we should double check your homework folder, her teacher suggested. Jenny walked slowly to her backpack. How likely was it that her mom signed her permission slip? She couldn't believe she had forgotten something so important. Slowly, Jenny opened her homework folder. There in the left pocket was her permission slip. Her mom had signed it. Attached was a note. You need to be more responsible in the future. Love, Mom. All right, so our climax in the story is probably right here where her teacher tells her to, because that's the most exciting part. Like, what's going to happen? What is it going to be in her folder? So that's probably my climax is when the teacher told Jenny to go and look in her folder. Our falling action is her walking to get her folder. And what does she see in there? That's right. And our resolution, her mom signed the permission slip and told her to be more responsible. So there is our plot structure right there. Now, what is the conflict? Is it an internal conflict or is it an external conflict? Well, when we come back and look, we know that the problem is Jenny forgot to turn in her permission slip. So that would be an external conflict because it's affecting her externally. She's not battling something inside herself. Okay. So she's having a conflict within herself. And so now we know she was sad. How did she change towards the end of the story? She was excited because now she gets to go. Okay, so let's look at these questions. Look at the question. Which of the events was the conflict in the story? Well, when we come back to our rising action, we said Jenny forgot to turn in her permission slip. Is it A, Jenny can't wait to go on the field trip? Well, it can't be A because we know Jenny was excited about the field trip, and that's the part of the introduction that tells the reader the character and what is happening in the story, just like we put in here in our exposition. So we know that's not A. Okay. B, Jenny did not have her permission slip. Is that where the rising action and our conflict is? Yeah, I would say our correct answer is B. Okay, because she did not have her permission slip. The problem or the conflict is that Jenny did not have her signed permission slip. This is a problem because she cannot go on the field trip without a permission slip. Let's continue to just make sure that we have the right answer. C, Jenny needs to be more responsible. Well, we do know that she needs to be more responsible because she needs to make sure she brings her stuff, but this is not the conflict. This is part of the resolution right here where we wrote she needs to be more responsible. Or is it D, Jenny's teacher emailed her mom? Jenny's teacher did not cause the problem by emailing her mom. She was actually part of the resolution. She helped Jenny. Okay, so our answer is B. Good job. So I have modeled for you how to complete these forms. Number two, if we were doing face to face, we would do this one together. Okay. But since I'm just trying to do a video, I'm not going to do this one since I modeled this one for you. So now what you're going to do, I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to share again. You will go and complete 3 and 4 in breakout rooms um, with your classmates. Okay. And then you're going to read a book on your own. I think it's up here. It's what it says. Yeah. So your independent practice is you're going to read a book of your choosing. You're going to analyze the plot structure and the conflicts of the character. So, what conflicts do they have? Then you will submit a picture to me. Okay. I will see you tomorrow. Good job.